right, class, our next phonogram is another one of our ers. This one is the of worms. Say that with me. The of worms. Good. One more time. Good. The of worms. So for this one, we're going to write 3 letters working together to represent the sounds. But this one's a little bit different. So in English, if we have this, what does this say? Good, it says or. But when the W comes before it, it usually says So the first letter says what, but it lets this part say So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write all 3 letters. But I only underline these 2. All right. So I have to have all 3 of those letters for this to say right? Otherwise it would say something different, right? But when but this doesn't say It just lets this say or it lets this say So we're not going to underline the W. All right, so I'm going to leave a clock space. Watch one more time. So when I'm writing this, I would actually say what as I'm writing that. And then this part is the of worms. And I underline just these 2. All right, now it's your turn. Right. So make sure you're sitting up nice and straight, holding your pencil and paper correctly. Write an the of worms and say it while you write it. All right, make sure it looks like mine. All right, write another the of worms. Good job. One more time. The of worms and say it while you write it. All right. So we just have one left to learn. It's our last one. And it is this one. This is the of early. So say that with me. The of early. Good. Now by yourself one more time. Excellent. The of early. So this one has 3 letters, and all 3 letters work together to make the sound So I'll start with leaving a clock space, right? The first letter, and the second one, and the third one. And then I'm going to underline all of them, the of early. All right, watch one more time. So I'll leave a clock space. This one has 3 letters. It's more to remember. The of early, and then I always underline at the end to show we need all 3 of these letters to make that sound. All right, so it's your turn to write the of early and say it while you write it. Make sure you're leaving a clock space between each phonogram. That's 2 or more letters. All right, write another the of early, saying it while you write it. Good, and one more the of early. All right, nice job. So we're going to take the rest of this session. We're going to just review some of the phonograms that we learned earlier, some of the first 26. So I'll say the sounds and then you write it. The first one is D. All right, next is J. After that is A, A. So make sure you're always saying it while you write it. After that is Qua. All right, and the last one is S, Z. All right, so class, put your finger under that first phonogram and tell me what to write. What does that one say? Good. D. I made sure I started it where my clock stroke letters start. All right, what's next? Good. J. So not G, J, right? Just J. All right, what's next? Good. A, A. And what's after that, class? Good. Now I need to leave a clock space. And then the first letter of my is a clock letter. So I start over a space. Just below the dotted line, touch 2 on the clock. What do I need to do to show that these letters go together to make that sound? Good, I need to underline it. All right, and what was the last phonogram? Good, S, Z, excellent. And I leave a clock space after as well, anytime I have a phonogram that is more than one letter. All right, excellent job today. Class, keep working on your ers.